Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm with an amazing person. Why? Because she's also an immigrant like me, but she's far more better than me. Not even me, a lot of people, because she came here, she made her way, and now she have her own company and she's helping a lot of people here in Germany. Mostly expats, to help them professionally, sometimes personally also. So I just decided why not just have a quick chat with her. So today with me is Mrs. Alicia Aswani.
Hello, so beautiful what you said. Wow. Goosebumps.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for giving me your time.
Mm-hmm.
And today actually we can just talk about anything, like it doesn't has to be something more like, like some niche topic or something. I just want to know about your perception, your point of view. How's the life in Germany being an expat?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're an expat, came from Spain to Germany, made your way through, climbed all the ladders, and now you are in a really good position. So just tell me, like, how did you feel when you came here? Like, for example, I can start from myself. When I came here, I was always shy. I never had, like courage to do something fast. I was just like, hiding myself in. I was like, okay, let this thing go like that or something. But I did not have courage to do that. Now I feel like that, I should have done that 5 years ago when I moved here.
5 years you lost, right?
5 years I lost. Exactly.
You learned a lot, but you lost.
But I lost.
Yeah, and that's the problem here in Germany, that we arrive as expats or as immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
So I was more an immigrant than an expat, because expat, they have jobs.
Yes.
When they arrive here, I didn't have a job.
Mm-hmm.
So I started, I'm from Spain. My family is a part Indian, like Aswani, and part South American from Bolivia. So my two grandparents, they immigrated to Spain and married a Spanish woman. And I went to Germany when I was a kid because my mom married a German guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I was living as a kid already in Germany, but then we moved back to Spain. And then when I was 24, I don't know, I didn't feel comfortable in Spain anymore, and I had this German dream, like, like in the US, this American dream that you want to make it in a better country than yours.
Yeah.
Because for women, still Spain is very difficult.
Yeah.
India the same. So we are looking for just better opportunities, to make our way and just become better professionals and just be the best version of ourselves. So what was the question? Initially,
Like, how was your journey from the beginning when you came here?
Mm-hmm.
What problems you faced? Just for example, how can you say like, okay, these were the problems when I came here, but you have told us already that you were here as a child already, and then you moved back to Spain.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But then you moved back here when you were 24.
Exactly.
Did you face any problem being an expat or an immigrant?
Yes,
in the beginning?
Definitely. So I didn't have the language burden. I have to say that helps a lot. I can't imagine how difficult it's be if you don't know the language, because it's very difficult, German.
That's true.
So this is the first thing, that even that I was speaking the language, I was not feeling very accepted, also as a girl. So it's something that Germany has to get a little bit better, just to be a bit more open. But step by step, with all people coming from all over the world, we're just getting there. So I think it's a time thing. But I really felt like some people, not all, think that they are better because they don't know where you're from. They just think you're foreigner. I must have a better education, and it's not like that. When I started in Germany, I was cleaning. I had my job. My first job was as cleaning in a fitness studio. I was a waiter. I served coffee in a fitness studio, and I noticed that the people who I served or I made coffee, they felt superior to me, even if I had a very good education in Spain. So I was like, oh my God, why you don't ask me where I'm from, which education my parents have, because I come from a very good family in Spain, or a family that made it on their own, so to be proud of. But that never was the question, who are you, which education you have. It was always, okay, you're not from Germany, you are a step down. You feel it, right?
I did.
And I think people or expats, they move out of their countries to have better opportunities. I think they're already a bit more adventurous and have this street smart style that is very interesting to become an entrepreneur. To have to be brave and say, no, I'm leaving here my comfort zone and I'm going to Germany. You know?
Yes, absolutely.
Dun dun.
Absolutely.
And Germany is the most difficult country for everything, for taxes, for bureaucracy, for health insurance, for finances, for the social system. So once you make it in Germany, you make it everywhere. So you're immune to paperwork. Yes. So
That's true.
it was very difficult.
Yes.
And I made all kind of mistakes. You know, for example, I moved to Germany and I didn't have a health insurance. So this is the first thing. For example, not having the health insurance. Now everybody knows you need a health insurance in Germany. You need the Haftpflichtversicherung, whatever.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that. So first of all, no gesetzliche Krankenversicherung. So I was 4 or 5 months without that, and I had to pay all,
Oh my God. Like
in
huge
once.
amount.
Exactly, like 4 times, I don't know, like 400 euros. So, and for this time, this was like a huge amount of money. I had to pay it in rates. So really like not really smart, and when you don't do financial smart moves, this can cost you even more money. And this is what happens if you're not well informed in Germany.
Yeah.
Everything with the time can go backwards, and then you can have financial trouble. Yeah.
That's crazy, really.
Yes, or for example, not knowing what goes out of the salary sheet, my first pay sheet, super good. So I never looked at taxes. I never did my taxes for like 10 years. So not getting taxes back, not saving money because nobody or anybody explained me how to save money in Germany, or how important is, for example, saving for later. I think this is important in every country, but so actually the idea of the company that we build is based on my personal pain, on very much pain, because I came here on my own, and I was 24, and you don't think about that stuff. So
absolutely right.
And there's something that I have to tell you all, especially in Corona. I noticed it in many customers. They come to Germany, they have study masters, and they hold on to their jobs, and then they lost it when it was Corona. And don't be afraid to do something that is less worthy than your job for a moment.
You're absolutely right.
For example, like cleaning. This is absolutely cool. So I have so much respect for people. They start from scratch. They do things, get out of your comfort zone, and that makes you really, street smart, and also makes you survive and know, okay, this is not what I want in life. So very important. So I noticed that a lot of young people just were afraid to do things that were below their studies, because maybe they have this feeling that in Germany they're not in a good position, but nothing to be afraid or ashamed of.
No, that's good. That's really good. Okay. And what about for example, you speak pretty good German, that I know. You're a native person. But if some person who doesn't speak German in the beginning, definitely it will be difficult. But still there is any chance for that person, to come here, to start his professional life, maybe start a business, for example, that person can do or not, be an expat.
Yes, you can do whatever floats your boat, whatever you want. You just need to find your customers, your niche. It's important that you start a business with clients, that okay, what are you good at, what do you offer, how can you help specific people. For example, if I wouldn't speak German, well, no, that's difficult. I could still do the job, but not maybe as good as we do it. But still, you can start. And there are a lot of English-speaking people who need services. And, it's also a niche. Yeah.
Okay. And is it difficult to start a business in Germany?
Not
because of bureaucracy, it's so strong.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Sometimes people have in mind when we talk about a business, it's not a company. Well, you can become a company step by step like we did. Now we are like a group of 4, and the team is growing. But when I started, it was just me, and I just went to Gewerberegister. This is like a registration place where you register for doing like a certain service. For example, you can also model. You kind of. You don't need to speak to be a model. It's just an example. So you go to this Gewerbecenter and say, okay, I want to do this service. And then you get a tax number, and this you use when you do your taxes.
Okay.
And then you can make the services and write bills to your customers. So this is actually building a company, you know, to do a service, to be a freelancer. And then after you can decide, okay, do I want to have eine GmbH, eine whatever, you know, eine KG, etc., etc. So yeah, I think you can decide that, you know, when growing, but for starting you can just be a freelancer. But it's very important that you find your niche and your clients that you can help. That's very important. And then you can do it, I think, where you want in the world. Yeah.